Sing me a song of a lass that is gone.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaylee. Today's video is a continuation series, so if you have not started from the start of this series, I would highly suggest you go back and start from the start. This series is all about Go Tell the Bees That I Am Gone, written by the amazing Diana Gabaldon. This is a chapter by chapter video series, so if you have not read or listened to the audiobook up to chapter 4 and you don't want to be spoiled, please click away. This is not the video for you. So heads up, spoiler, 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 as we talk about chapter 4 from Go Tell the Bees That I Am Gone. Can you believe we are only 36 pages into this book and we're already 4 chapters in? The chapters are very short, and I hope I've done this justice for you guys instead of doing it in parts 1, 2, 3, 4 and possibly 5 and doing it in chapters. But this chapter was fantastic. Short and sweet, but fantastic. And it had some really key little moments along the way. So this chapter is predominantly told by Bree, and it starts off with them heading towards young Ian's home. Now they want to introduce Bree to Rachel and young Ian's baby boy. As they approach the house, we discover that Jenny is there as well, singing songs in Gaelic, trying to teach Rachel more and more Gaelic. Now, as they approach the house, though, the singing stops and Jenny comes out to see Bree, young Ian and Jamie. The reunion is very special, very sweet, and it has a great funny moment where Jenny proclaims that all the giants are here. Remembering Bree is so tall and Roger is tall, and Jenny does make a point of pointing it out that Roger's very tall, that Bree's very tall, and the children no doubt are going to be very tall by now. I definitely love that we're getting this softer and funnier side of Jenny throughout this book as well. I mean, we know that Jenny is such a loving, loyal, caring woman, and it's so nice to see her be able to have this time with young Ian, Rachel, and their son. It really does it throws it all together, especially after the loss of older Ian. I just love that we're getting more and more of Jenny in the series and in this book. Older Ian is, of course, mentioned when Bree expresses her condolences to Jenny, and Jenny does explain, well, no, he's here. He's basically looking up at her in the face of young Oggie, who is still called Oggie. They have not given young Ian and Rachel's baby boy his official name yet, so Oggie is still what they're calling him. It's also during this that we learn that young Mohawk children are actually not given their adult names until later in life when they just sort of discover it themselves. Jenny, of course, thinks this is a bit odd, and Rachel comes in and says, well, no, don't worry, I'll have it sorted soon when I'm ready. It's a great little part of the chapter. It was really fun to listen to and no doubt to read. Something else that I love in this chapter is that there is a very clear, right from the start, connection between Rachel and Bree. They both are strong-willed young women who, you know, that connection is very predominant straight away in their very first meeting. It's also brought up that Bree really didn't know what kind of woman would marry young Ian, and it's a great little laughing point because Rachel was exactly the same, and she said outright, you know, it's not what I thought. You know, young Ian is not who she thought she would marry, but here he is, and they are happily la-di-da. I think it's great because it's very direct, like they're asking very direct questions of each other and they're giving very direct answers. It's a relationship that's going to be very easy to read. There's not going to be, I don't believe, any sort of, what's the word to use, but any sort of misguidance. There's not going to be any sort of drama between these two, and I really want them to connect. I want Bree to have another female sort of around her age or in, you know, that sort of generation that is going to stand by her and be her friend and her protector. Now that Lizzie is sort of, you know, she's got her own life going on, so now that Bree's returned, I want her to have that connection with people, and I want to know what's sort of happening in amongst the society that's being built on Fraser's Ridge. I'd love to know what you thought about the reunion between Bree and, young Ian and Bree, and then when she's got to meet Rachel and Bree and Jenny. I am absolutely loving that there's so much happening right from the start, and remember, they're only a couple of days in to being home at this point, so it's like we're getting all of the ticks off, you know, we're ticking off, we've met Jenny, we've met Rachel, it's all happening within a 20 to 48 hour period. I'm glad that this is happening like this, because it's like, okay, I don't want a big time jump in this book. I don't want to go too far into the future, because we know that Jamie and Claire are getting older. I love that it's sort of, 24, 48 hours and we're a few chapters in. It's like, okay, we're going to have a not, we're not going to go too crazy in time length here. By the time book 10 comes out, everyone should still be of a decent age, that I'm not too scared that, things are going to happen. But what do you think? Tell me, I'd love to know what you thought about this chapter. And are you enjoying the book so far, or are you a bit sort of, that's a bit lackluster? I'd love to know what you think. Please drop it down below. Again, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please consider doing so. The next video will be chapter 4, 5. I forgot what we're up to already. The next chapter will be coming straight out, because I'm about to jump in and read it. As I said earlier, I am reading and doing these videos instantly. This is an instant reaction to what I've read. So if they're all over the place and they're popping up 2 or 3 at a time, I'm terribly sorry. I hope you're enjoying this series. I am loving reading this book and talking about it with you guys as the videos are popping up. So thank you so much for being a part of the little Outlander community we've built here on YouTube. It's fantastic. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Sing me a song of